The Game Boy Advance was home to some of the most memorable games in handheld history, but not all of them made it outside Japan. From quirky RPGs to action titles, there are several masterpieces that remained exclusive to the land of the rising sun. Many gamers outside Japan never got the chance to experience. Let's take a look at 10 of the best GBA games that never left Japan and why they deserve to be discovered. Magical Vacation. In a world where magical school drama and dangerous beach adventures collide, you'll step into the shoes of a young protagonist with a knack for seeing and interacting with spirits. Enrolled at the Will-O-Wisp Academy, the journey begins as you're sent off to Valencia Beach, despite ominous warnings about missing students and strange monster sightings. These monsters, known as Enigma, abduct students and whisk them away to another dimension. But of course, you can't let that slide. You've got to find those missing students, unravel the mystery behind the enigma, and uncover the hidden truth about a long-forgotten war in this magic-filled world. There are 16 elements to mess around with, and each one is stronger or weaker than another, minus the lovable chaos of love and light. But here's the deal. Enter the spirit combos. By summoning elemental spirits and using the right magic at the right time, you can launch devastating combos that multiply your attack power to absurd levels. 7 spirits at once? Prepare to deal a mind-boggling 128 times the damage. Oh, and did I mention you can exchange characters with friends to unlock new spells? Yep, multiplayer shenanigans are built into the fun. Genseishin Justirisers. Genseishin Justirisers brings the action-packed world of the Justirisers TV series to the Game Boy Advance in an explosive side-scrolling adventure. Picking up where the series left off, the game lets players control Shiragan, the protagonist, as he faces off against enemies with the power of the Justy Arm. This multi-mode weapon can switch between the Justy Blade, Justy Blaster, and Justy Lancer, each reflecting the unique abilities of the 3 Justirisers. As you explore various levels and battle your way through hordes of enemies, Shiragani's ultimate move, the Justy Crash, becomes your go-to finisher, unleashing the combined power of all 3 Justirisers for massive damage. A must-play for fans of the series, Genseishin Justirisers offers fast-paced action with vibrant levels and epic boss fights, all on your GBA. Oriental Blue Ao no Tengai. You're in the world of an East Asian fantasy RPG with beautiful pixel art, a captivating open world, and a plot riddled with conspiracies and political intrigue. And it's on the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, it's not a dream. Oriental Blue Ao no Tengai exists, but unfortunately, it was never officially released outside Japan. Still, thanks to the magic of fan translations, this underrated gem is now accessible, letting you dive into a world filled with strange rituals, monsters, and political struggles. If you're willing to put up with a little frustration, the game kicks off in a city about to perform a major ritual, but things go south when the ritual fails and chaos ensues, with monsters roaming the streets and disasters unfolding all over the land. One of the most striking aspects of the plot revolves around the Oni, a people oppressed by humanity, forced to live in a barren mountain village and persecuted by slavers. The game uses this as a commentary on indigenous struggles, which is pretty rare in RPGs. You even help one Oni recover a stolen artifact early on, and this character eventually joins your party, with the goal of improving the Oni's condition. Fullmetal Alchemist Stray Rondo. Two brothers, desperate to fix their alchemy-induced mess, set off on an epic adventure to find the ultimate magical artifact that could restore their bodies. Because, messing with life and death never goes smoothly. Edward and Alphonse Elric, armed with prosthetic limbs, thanks alchemy, and a ton of guilt, are on a quest to fix their mistakes after they tried to resurrect their mother and instead lost their bodies in the process. Now they're on the hunt for the elusive Philosopher's Stone, the magical MacGuffin that can turn the tide of their fate. Along the way, they deal with a host of problems, like battling souped-up evil homunculi created from a stone naturally, dealing with government conspiracies, and attempting to figure out just what the heck truth really means. Between epic alchemical fights and trying not to die horribly, the Elrics dive deep into the tangled mess of family secrets, ancient stones, and philosophies that make you question your very existence. The stakes? Only the fate of their world and the souls of everyone around them. Oh, and no biggie, just trying to not be consumed by their own arrogance. It's basically the greatest alchemy mishap turned heartwarming and often hilarious, action-packed drama ever. Boktai 3 Sabata's Counterattack. Django is back. And this time, he's not just battling vampires and dark forces, he's riding a vector bike through dungeons in style. After a near-death encounter with his former friend Sabata, who is now possessed by the destructive Vanargand, Django is freed from his underground prison by a strange twist of fate. With his vampire blood keeping him alive, Django sets off to stop the immortals of the Dark Clan from unleashing chaos on the world. It's a journey filled with revenge, betrayal, and epic showdowns, especially with the now-possessed Sabata, who Django must face once again. Shinbokura no Taiyo, Shinbok for short, takes all the action from its predecessors and cranks it up with new features like the trance gauge, which adds a little extra oomph to your combat. Fill it up, and Django can enter either a dark or soul trance, unleashing massive damage on enemies and making you feel like the ultimate hero. Of course, he's still got his trusty gun del Sol and an arsenal of swords for those close-range brawls. And now with the Vector bike, Django gets to cruise through dungeons, upgrading his bike as he goes, proving that he's not just a vampire-slaying legend, but a vehicle enthusiast too. Tomato Adventure. In a world where tomatoes reign supreme, you're in for a quirky RPG with a dash of absurdity and a lot of heart. Meet DeMille, a hare-like outcast who despises tomatoes. Yes, the main character is a rebel with a cause. Living in the village of Kobor, he's constantly at odds with society's obsession with the fruit, making him one of the dreaded droppers, kids who refuse to eat tomatoes and are outcast as heretics. But things take a wild turn when DeMille's girlfriend, Patharan, gets kidnapped by the sinister King Abira, and our reluctant hero is plunged into a battle to save her and the entire Ketchup Kingdom from certain doom. DeMille's adventure kicks off after his trusty television breaks, and he's forced to venture out in search of repair help. Along the way, he picks up a bizarre toy weapon, the Gear Yo-Yo, and sets off on a quest to collect the 6 toy parts needed to break through the Gimmick Palace and save Patharan. With a host of colourful characters like Arisa, Safubi, and Rereku joining his party, he faces off against enemies and navigates quirky dungeon. The game swaps random encounters for enemies roaming the overworld, making it feel like you're constantly dodging or charging head-on into chaos. Super Robot Taisen J. The game drops you into the cockpit of massive robots and rolls out a tactical RPG experience with an exciting blend of mech combat and emotional growth. Players can pick between 2 protagonists. Tuya Shiun, a high school student with a strong sense of justice, but a bit of a coward at first, or Calvina Coulange, a skilled former military pilot who's seen some dark days. The beauty of Super Robot Wars J lies in its character dynamics and strategic depth, with players choosing one of these two to lead their squad, while also selecting a co-pilot to join them in the mech, each with their own quirky personalities and skills. Battles are tactical, with players controlling their mechs in grid-based combat, but the game isn't just about pew-pew attacks. It introduces favorite series, where you can align with specific mech series to boost upgrades and experience. The relationship bonuses system also spices things up, letting characters who get emotionally close boost their combat stats. Want a little musical flair? You can even change the background music to fit your mood. How about blasting the ultimate tune as you unleash your mech's devastating special attacks? Fire Emblem, the Binding Blade. Imagine a world where dragons once ruled, but humanity emerged victorious in a bloody war known as the Scouring. Fast forward 1,000 years, and you're thrust into the battle between the young nobleman Roy and the nefarious King Zephiel, who's determined to resurrect the dragons and reshape the world in their image. But Roy, leading his army from the small nation of Faerie, is no ordinary hero. Armed with the legendary Binding Blade, Roy must battle through intense tactical maps, gathering the 8 divine weapons and facing off against an array of allies turned enemies, including Zephiel's corrupted forces and powerful dragons in disguise. As always, Fire Emblem, the Binding Blade takes a grid-based approach to combat. Players position their units, each with their own class and abilities, to either attack or support allies, all while contending with the ruthless permadeath system. Lose a unit, and they're gone for good. But this time, there's more at play than just battle. The game introduces a range of strategic mechanics, including the famous weapon triangle and support system, where keeping certain units close can boost stats and unlock emotional bonds. Plus, there's the thrill of replaying the game, with upgraded difficulty levels, ensuring the challenge never gets old. Mother 3. Mother 3 is a deeply emotional and quirky RPG set on the Nowhere Isles, where nothing is ever as it seems. The game follows Lucas, a young boy with psychic abilities, and his party as they fight to stop the mysterious Pigmask army from taking over the world. Starting with a tragic event that forever changes Lucas's life, the story explores themes of grief, family, and rebellion against tyranny, all while delivering a quirky, heartfelt adventure. The gameplay is classic Mother, a mix of turn-based combat and exploration, but with some unique twists. Players can attack enemies in sync with the background music, creating a combo system where timing is key. You'll control Lucas and his friends as they battle the Pigmask, discover powerful psychic abilities, and uncover the truth behind the island's mysterious history. But it's not all fun and games. There's permanent character death, meaning your favorite heroes can be lost forever if they fall in battle. As the plot unfolds, Lucas and his party must uncover the secrets of the Dark Dragon and the mysterious needles that control its power. The stakes rise when they realize they're up against Porky Minch, the same villain from Earthbound, and an entire empire built on time-traveling madness. The game's emotional gut punch comes when Lucas faces off against the brainwashed Claus, his brother, in an unforgettable showdown. The finale is bittersweet, leaving you with a sense of closure and loss as the Nowhere Islands are destroyed. Mother 3 may not have been officially released outside Japan, but it's earned its place as one of the most beloved cult classics in RPG history. Dragon Quest Monsters Caravan Heart. You're joining Prince Kiefer, the rebellious heir from Dragon Quest VII, as he embarks on an unexpected journey to save his kingdom, and maybe have a little fun while he's at it. On his 10th birthday, Kiefer sneaks out to cause some trouble, but instead he gets pulled into the mystical world of Torland, where he's tasked with leading a caravan on a quest for the elusive Orbs of Lotto. These orbs promise a wish to the lucky finder, but Kiefer's quest isn't just about power. It's about saving the lives of his companions, including the ailing parents of the caravan's leader. Lewin. As you traverse the world with your ever-expanding caravan, you'll battle enemies, recruit new monsters, and merge them with monster hearts to create even more powerful creatures. The game introduces 20 character classes for your human party members, including options like mages, fighters, and even a mapper to help navigate the terrain. And yes, the caravan itself evolves over time, becoming a mini-town complete with shops and inns where your army can rest and gear up for the next leg of the journey. While it might be considered a side story to the Dragon Quest series, Caravan Heart still delivers the trademark monster fusion fun and nostalgic charm. It's a unique entry, blending strategy, monster collecting, and a heartfelt adventure. Sadly, it was never released outside Japan, but thanks to its cult following and dedicated fan base, it remains a hidden gem for Dragon Quest fans. While these 10 GBA games may have stayed in Japan, they've built a passionate fan base who continue to celebrate their brilliance. Whether through fan translations or emulation, the legacy of these titles lives on, reminding us that sometimes the best games are the ones we never had the chance to play. For those willing to dig deep, these Japanese-only gems offer a wealth of untapped potential and unforgettable experiences that should never be forgotten.